A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling.
Bonjour, Bienvenue. Thank you for being here. And happy anniversary to me. It's been 3 years. Can you believe it? I know some people say, Janice, it's gone by so fast. And it has. It's gone by really fast. So the month of February, I have set aside not only to celebrate my anniversary through various ways, spending money, of course, I decided that it would be a good time. And I know people would say, Janice, you haven't done this before? No, I haven't. But I went to Amazon and I bought this cleanser. And I'm going to use it on my phone and on my iPad because they just get so messy because of my fingers, you know. Now my computer, you wouldn't think would get that messy because I have to use my mouse. But it does because I'm always picking it up. You can see thumbprints all over the place. I just don't want to get any in my coffee. I haven't had any coffee yet. It's wondering I'm even talking to you. But I like to get the screen clean. And also, if someone were to come over and see my computer, I would say, I'm so sorry, it looks like that. So I'm cleaning my computer with the right stuff. I'm not using water and what is it I used to use? Water and, well, at first I used Windex, which is not good. And then I used water and vinegar. And now I'm using the right stuff. So I decided that February would not only be my year to celebrate, it would be my year to get things done, to get my house in order. What for? I don't know, just to get my house in order. And then there's something I bought myself for Christmas, and it was a book. I even got really fancy and had my initials put down here, JD. It's a planner. And I had a planner last year, but I didn't like it. And if you can look in here, I'll show you. I'm not very good, but there's my February planner. It's already over with. And you know, February 12th, I leave to go to the south of France. But sometimes I get ahead of myself and I think, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then I forget that, you know, I don't want to do that. Or I don't have time to do that. Or I'm too busy to do that. That was my January. So I'm now in February. In fact, I can't believe February is almost over with. But I had a good anniversary, and let me tell you about it. But first, let's have some coffee. Right? You can't see my coffee cup. Wait a minute, let me put it down here. There's my coffee cup. You know, I believe that if you wait to use all your good china for a special day, or if you wait to use all your good crystal for a special day, it may not happen. So every once in a while, I just make me a pot of coffee in this, and I sip on it. And I just feel like luxury in February. And believe it or not, it keeps it very warm because I don't like cold coffee. So what I'm going to do this February is I'm going to work on getting a microphone because a lot of people have said, oh, Janice, you need a microphone. So I'm working on that. And then I've got my items clean, except for my camera, because it's right there. I'll clean it later. And then I thought, you know what? I'll work on my planner. But let me tell you why I like this planner. I'm going back. Sorry. I love this planner, and it is by, look at that, the 2025. Isn't that gorgeous? And then my little initials at the bottom. I'm just all that in a bag of chips. But I really like it. And it's called Inspired. because every once in a while you'll see some lovely, inspiring words. If you had to define your purpose in one sentence, what would it be? How does it influence the choice you make in your life? Well, it influences, I guess, the choice I make in my life is being a YouTuber, because my main purpose is to help other people. Everyone doesn't happen to have to move to France, but, there's other ways that I can help, I think. And if you think so, you can let me know in the comments below. One thing I've been able to do to help is I have started the first month. It's going to be in March, and it's going to be the first Monday of March and the last Monday of March. So if the last Monday of March falls on February the 1st, that's when we'll have it. And it's going to be called Wisdom and Wellness. Now, it's been set up mostly for women. Now, that doesn't mean men can't join, but we're going to talk about things that women like to talk about. And the reason I decided to have women in on this is that the majority of my followers are women. But for some of you men, if you want to join, you can join. It's going to be a Zoom call, and it's only going to be about 40 minutes. It isn't going to be long, but we're going to talk about items that you would like to talk about, subjects that you would like to talk about, grieving, being low on money, your family's driving you nuts, or your family's not driving you nuts. I mean, they're just things that happen in life that we don't put on Facebook, because we put on Facebook what? Oh, look at my granddaughter. She's done so well today. Oh, look at my daughter. She just graduated from college. We don't put on there, oh, my son hasn't called me in 2 weeks. And we don't put on there, it was my birthday yesterday and nobody wished me happy birthday. So those are the things that we're going to talk about. Wisdom, things that we know, things that we did years ago, and we're going to laugh about it. And then, hopefully, and then we're going to talk about wellness. How do we keep ourselves well? I just invested. I know, I hate to say it. I just invested in one of those teeth brightener little items, the LED. I hope it works, because I drink so much coffee. Speaking of coffee, I drink so much coffee. So even with drinking so much coffee and even with a whitener strip, it just won't do. So I'm going to invest in that. Anyway, I thought I would take this opportunity in February to, like I said, get my house organized. But I want to get myself as a YouTuber organized too. I want to make sure I have a microphone. And if you know which kind is the best, I certainly would appreciate you letting me know, because I need a microphone. And the only reason I say I need a microphone is because people tell me I need a microphone. I don't honestly know that I need a microphone, but people say, Janice, I don't like the way your voice, it's, especially in the living room. Maybe it's better in here. But I can't do all my videos in the living room, and I can't do all my videos in here. I have to move around because I don't want to look at my thumbnails and see the same picture every time. So anyway, I'm going to invest in a microphone, and I've invested in the LED thing for my teeth. And what else have I invested in? Oh, I bought one of those 12-inch wide lights that you use behind you or beside you or whatever that gives you more light. Because as you can tell, I only have the light from up there in the ceiling. So sometimes it's not as bright as what it should be. And that doesn't help the look of the rest of your video. But anyway, I'm going to invest in some things that I should invest in to help me with my business and to make it easier for my business. And I'm going to the south of France, like I mentioned, and I'm going to send back lots of vlogs and lots of videos and everything you'd want to know. As some of you have already told me, Janice, it's wonderful down there. And I keep looking at the weather every day. And the weather so far, the high is going to be 50. Great. I don't care. Just no rain. And it even said sunshine. I couldn't believe it. Sunshine, really? But anyway, I'm going to get a little I don't know if you've seen them or not. They're little plastic containers. They go in your purse. So that way, you know, if your mascara comes undone or if your lipstick comes undone, it doesn't get all over your nice purse. So I've invested in that. Let's see, what else have I done? Lots of notes, notebooks, lots of pens, because it just seems like I run out of pens and notebooks occasionally, just when I need them, of course. And let's see, what else am I going to do this year besides strangle Max? He won't leave me alone. He won't stop barking so I can finish my vlog. So I decided I would just pick him up. But anyway, I bought me a sweater, and you'll see that later on in the vlog when I'm going to the wine and cheese place. I've been wanting to do this for years, and you'll get to meet the lovely lady that runs it. And I bought me some new tennis shoes, I call them. Some people call them sneakers. And what else did I do? Haven't got my nails done yet because they really don't need done. They will before I go. I bought me for the first time a makeup little bag to take with me on the trip. Oh, and you won't believe this? I bought me some new pajamas. Yep. I bought me some brand new pajamas, and they even have JD on them. I'm telling you, I'm just spending. And you know what's going to happen? When I come back from the south of France in March, I won't be able to go get a cup of coffee. I won't be able to go do anything. I barely will be able to have a cup of coffee at my own house. Max, this is what you get when you can't behave yourself. You have to be on camera. So I have done a lot of stuff. I did go to the spa, and I got a back massage, which I won't do again. I don't really need a back massage. I need more of, I did 30 minutes on the back and 30 minutes on the face, and I really need more on the face. But while I was there, they have this cream, and I asked her, what did she use? And I won't tell you what I paid for it, but it is anti-aging, and I went and did the reviews before I ever bought it. I sat right there and did the reviews, and it is supposed to be fabulous. Not that at 73 I'm going to look like I'm 55. Never will. But if I can slow it down a little bit, I will. You know? There's a picture of Max that just popped up. I mean, not Max, but Buster that just popped up. Do you remember Buster? Anyway, I'm going to shut up so I can show you the rest of my vlog. And I need to do some work for the girlfriend's getaway. I need to do that. I need to plan the rest of my week. And oh my goodness, I have a great video for you coming up on February the 16th. And it's all about animals, how to bring animals over. So I'm going to go to the wine and cheese in just a few minutes, and I'm going to enjoy myself, and hopefully I won't get lost. And I will see you later. Well, it started out to be a really good day, and I put on my new sweater that I bought yesterday and my new Tamaris sneakers, and I have on my little brown brushed jeans, and I'm going into a wine and cheese class. And then I get up this morning to use my card, and I called my bank because they said my card is under restriction for 24 to 48 hours. I can use my card, I just can't use it on the mobile app. Is that ridiculous or what? So I panicked, and I thought, okay, I've already paid X number of dollars for this class, and she's going to let me interview her and everything. And then it just all worked out. So I will let you know all about my cheese class because it is part of my happy anniversary to me. Okay, I just finished a wine and cheese class, and it is called Lulu's.
No, my name is Jennifer.
Okay.
But I go by, it's the name of the blog. I've had a food blog for 20 years. So Chez Lulu, like Lulu's home.
Okay, so if someone was interested in coming here like I did.
Yes, yeah, it's through my website, Chez Lulu France.
Okay.
Chez Lulu, yeah.
And how many cheese did we have today?
Oh, we only had 12.
And then we had wine.
Yes.
And bread.
Yes.
And I learned of a new fruit called quince.
Quince.
Okay. Yeah. And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing the cheese classes for about 10 years now in Paris.
And you've been in France since?
March of 2003, so 22 years coming up.
And I was going to ask you, because I didn't get a chance to, how did you learn French?
Oh, I studied in high school. I also studied in college. And
okay.
I was an au pair when I was 21
okay.
as well. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, people make it seem like horrible because I haven't learned any. And I said, I don't know how you really learn it, And everybody wants to speak English to me.
Yeah, it is true. Once I hear your accent, there's a very quick response in English, which did not used to be the case, though. So
no.
I would do a language school or something if you're really interested, because
I
good
start
to
in
have
March.
some. Oh, good. Okay, yeah, it is. It's important to have some.
Now, how often do you do these classes?
Anywhere from 2 to 5 times a week. It just depends on. It's a slow period.
Do you
right
do
now.
it at the same time?
Usually it's noon. Yeah, unless I have someone wanting a private thing in the evening or late afternoon.
And the same place or different places?
Usually, I have a few different places.
Okay.
Yeah, a few different, but mainly here.
Okay.
And another place in the Marais.
All right. And you started doing this because you moved here, and you and your husband after 9/11.
Yes. So we bought a house in the Languedoc-Roussillon region about 24 years ago, and we were living in New Orleans at that time. And then 9/11 happened, and he lost his computer consulting business. And we decided that since the house was here and paid for, that we should get our visas and move. So we did.
Great.
And have just made it work over the years.
Now, you used to be in pastry.
Yeah, I was a pastry chef in San Francisco many years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And she also told me where to find sourdough bread.
Oh, yeah, Poilâne.
Because I have a friend of mine that's from San Francisco and San Diego.
Okay.
And they would love to have that. So I'm going to go get them some of that.
Yeah, it's delicious. It really
Thank
is.
you so much. I had such a great time.
Thank you, Janice. I'm really glad you could
if
join me.
anyone is watching my little YouTube and you're coming to Paris soon, look up Lulu France.
Yes.
Okay.
Will you put a link on your...
I sure will.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my goodness, is it cold out there? I just came back from Paris, and then I stopped long enough to come in the house to make me a cup of tea, and then I took Max outside, and we just came back in, and I thought, I don't know if I can take my coat off or not. Oh my gosh, it's cold out there. And Max has got all this fur, and what does he want? He doesn't want the little heater on. He wants the door cracked. No, not gonna happen today. Oh, maybe I'll get warmed up in a few minutes. Oh, guys, this has been a fabulous week. Just a fabulous week. I think I treated it like a birthday instead of an anniversary. But I have to tell you, I met some wonderful people this week at the Cheese and Wine. And the information that I learned about cheese was not more than what I needed to know. It was more than you can really absorb in 3 hours. It was just lovely. It was a 3-hour intense class. We tasted 12 different types of cheese. We had 3 different types of wine, although I didn't. I stopped after a little bit of white wine because, but Max, I'm trying to talk. See, he wants the door open. Oh my gosh, no, well, I have to keep my jacket on now. Go, Max. Goodness, trying to do a video and the dog wants to go outside and it's only 33 degrees. But anyway, I just had a little bit of wine, but we had 2 different types of white wine. We had some red wine. We had some champagne. And this lady is so informative. She gives you a map, and she's going to send us an email of where all this cheese comes from. And she told us different places in Paris, the only places you could find certain cheese. And, it was really Now, I'm not saying it didn't taste good. Now, there were some that I just didn't care all that much for, but it was just a really informative. Last Christmas, I put some cheese out and some this and some that. I'm going to know a little bit more next Christmas when I put it out. But yeah, I didn't do the drinks because I got there at noon. All I had was a cup of coffee, so I wasn't going to start drinking white wine and cheese and going on for 3 hours. I wouldn't make it out of the place. But anyway, it was a really great experience, something I've been wanting to do for 2 years. And I thought, this is my anniversary, I'm going to do it. And I did. And let's see, you've already seen the reel where I went and got a spa. Now this time, I didn't get a facial and that's it. I got a massage and a facial. I did 30-30. And I've never had a massage there, so I don't know what it's like. I just only had the facial. So I thought, well, I'll try that out. And let's see, what else did I do for myself this week? Bought me a sweater. I'll take off my jacket now. Bought me a sweater. It's made out of lamb's wool. And I don't know what the difference is because I don't know that much about fabric, but it is so soft and it's not, scratchy. I think I'll take my jacket off now. I think my Max is right here. But anyway, I thought I would try that and it was so heavenly. Not that I didn't need the hour of the facial, but it was just something different. I'd never done 30 minutes of massage and 30 minutes of the facial, but I did this time, and I really, really, really hope my hair's not messed up in the back. I always look at these videos and think, Janice, you should have brushed your hair in the back. But anyway, I had a great week doing that, and I bought my sweater, and I bought some new shoes, and let's see, what else did I do for myself? I didn't get my nails done because they're doing pretty well. My hair's not going to get done until February. What else did I do? I worked in my house a lot this week, just trying to get it set up because even though last time I did the video with it all being set up, the sofa wasn't set up. So I want to do that. So I finished doing that and it looks really good, but I'm gonna wait till it's completely finished and I have some pillows on it before I show it to you. But it's looking nice. I'm debating on whether I want a chair over there in that corner or whether maybe I want a little desk. So I don't know. And then over here, you didn't see it before by my dining room table. I used to have this large black and glass credenza. And someone had told me, said, no, that doesn't go there. Put it in your bedroom. We'll get a older one to go there. And I thought, no, I don't want to spend money for that to go over there because I just put dishes and china and saucers and cups and stuff like that in it. So I took it out of my bedroom the other day and cleaned it all up, put the dishes back in it. And now I put another little shelf in there for my sweaters. So I've changed things up, but I want to stop talking about that and I want to talk to you about what I really wanted to say after 3 years of being in France, what I had figured out. If it was not for my daughter helping me out with my bank account from time to time, I don't know what I would do. For instance, this morning I got up and I tried to get on my app and it wouldn't let me on my app. It said it was closed. So I called the bank and they said, yes, we're doing some investigation into your account. And I said, okay, well, I've paid 130 euros to go to this wine and cheese place and I need $12 to get there. And she said, oh, you can use your debit card all you want to. And I said, oh, really? She said, oh, yeah, you can use your debit card. You just, can't move money around or do anything on the app. So I thought, okay. Well, I had Jen, I called her and I said, just put $20 on it anyway, just in case I can go and get some money out of the bank, just in case I have to. Oh my goodness, it was a mess. So I've learned in 3 years, you really do need someone back in the States if you intend to keep a bank account back in the States that you can get to, because this was like 8 o'clock in the morning. So, I mean, it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning there. So there was no one there. Or either have some cash stashed back, which you really should have, and I should have all the time. That's one thing I've learned, but not, I guess, obviously not quite learned. Number two, I've also learned, you want to number them. The second thing I've learned is you have got to be patient. I still have not got my cartridge drawer, and I'm still waiting for it. I had an appointment in October, and I'm still waiting for it. And I had a friend of mine talk to me the other night. She said she waited 12 months for hers. So you just have to be very patient. And there's a number on there that I need in order for me to sign up for health insurance. So I hope I get it soon so I can fill out that paperwork. I thought I was behind on filling it out, but no, I need a number, and I gotta have that number before I can fill that out. At least I filled out my taxes. I did that okay. And another thing I've learned is just, you know, there are days when I'm doing YouTubes and doing the girlfriend's getaway and stuff that I'm just like, you know, on the ball. But then there are other days that I just want to enjoy. I want to just go to Paris and just walk around. I don't want to have an agenda. And sometimes it's nice not to have an agenda. So I've learned that sometimes it's nice to say, okay, Janice, you don't have to have an agenda today. You can just enjoy today. You don't have to clean house if you don't want to. You don't have to go to the grocery store if you have groceries. But just take time to yourself and don't have an agenda. I mean, that's even in the States or Canada or Australia or wherever you're from. Sometimes just give yourself a little grace and don't have an agenda for the day and just do something you want to do. And I do that a little bit more often than probably what I should, but sometimes it just needs to be done. I've also learned that laws can change overnight, it seems. You know, I have people that say, well, I had to do this when I went to the VFS, and I said, okay, well, I didn't. And then somebody else said, well, I had to do this. And I said, okay. So even when you hear stories of people saying, well, I want to do this, but somebody told me, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's different from state to state. It shouldn't be, I know that, but it's even different here in France. What people do in Paris with their prefecture, like going to their county office, is different than what you do here in Fontainebleau, is different than what you do in Nice. So you just have to kind of be a little bit laid back. Also, I think that if you want to move to France, do a lot of research, but don't do so much that it just gets you bogged down. I mean, I had someone say the other day that they were going to come to Fontainebleau and look for an apartment. And I said, well, when are you going to move? And they said, well, probably next summer. And I said, well, don't do it now. Do it next summer. And she said, well, I want to go ahead and have an idea. And I said, they don't work that way here like they do in the States. In the States, you can just go to any apartment project, make an appointment, go in and look at an apartment or look at it online or whatever, but they don't do that here because a lot of apartments are owned by individual people. So it's not a company that owns the entire building. Like this building is like a co-op. My landlord is the only one that rents out his apartment. Everybody else owns their apartment. So if you're looking for an apartment, just come a couple of weeks, stay in a hotel or get you an Airbnb or whatever is cheaper for you or whatever suits your financial needs, and then find an apartment, because it won't take you long to find an apartment. It will take you probably longer to figure out when you can get the apartment. It's just not done like you go and you say, oh, I want to see that apartment. I'll be available tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Well, they may not be available till 2 days later. So it's just very different here. And I've learned that you just kind of have to roll with the punches. You really do. If you get upset every time something goes wrong, stay in the States or the country that you are coming from, because it just doesn't happen. And I've learned that since I've been here. And I've learned also that when you go into a store and they're talking to someone else, and maybe they're still talking to someone else and you need to check out, you just better wait there and be patient, because they're not going to check you out any quicker. You can stomp your little foot. You can do whatever you want to do, but they're going to take their time. And if there's 6 people in line and there's another register open or another register there, but no one there, they won't call anyone. You just wait your time. You just wait your turn. So I've learned to be a little bit more patient. I know I do get frustrated just like anyone else, but all in all, I do understand that, as I mentioned before on my video, France is not a wealthy country. It's not Switzerland. It's not the United States. It is not a wealthy country. People here do not make a tremendous amount of money. So for someone, especially coming in from the United States, that probably makes more money on Social Security and a pension than they do a month, and I'm gonna stomp and huff and puff because they don't wait on me quick. No, you're not gonna do that. And if you do, you're certainly not going to make any friends. And that's another thing I've learned. Making friends right at first is not that easy, but there's all kinds of groups that you can join. There's a VFW group you can join. There's tons of women's group you can join. Now here in Fontainebleau, we have an English-speaking church that I go to, and there's an English-speaking Catholic church in Paris. So whatever faith you are, I'm sure you can find an English-speaking one. Or maybe your French needs to be challenged. I don't know, but I've learned that it helps to have a community around you. I don't necessarily need one at the moment, but I like being part of one, and I like giving back. So I have learned that, and that's probably been really more in the last year and a half than at the beginning. But you have to, remember, I'm pretty busy with YouTube. I do a YouTube once a week, and trying to get with Mary Grace and get the YouTube done and get it all set up. It's certainly that I'm not busy, and I send out a newsletter. And if you'd like to be part of that newsletter, all you have to do is go to janiceinfrance.com and join my community, and I'll send out a newsletter. So I'm always busy, and to be very honest, I like being busy. I like doing this. And then now I have the girlfriends getaway, and I like being busy with that and talking to people. And, I like challenges. And that's one thing that I have learned since I've been here. Moving to France is a challenge. And I've never been one person that just had a lot of confidence in themselves when it comes to changing things. I like things to stay the same until I moved to France. And then when I moved to France, it was like, yeah, I'll change that. Yeah, I'll have that painted. Yeah, I'll do that. I can move that furniture on my own. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll start a women's group coming to France. So it's like I like being challenged, and I like doing things. And I really do think that when you come to France, you need to have an idea of what you want to do. What is your purpose for moving here? Because when you get here, you're here. What are you going to do when you get here? You just can't sit here and watch TV all day. You've got to do something. So I came with YouTube, although that wasn't the reason I moved to France. But when I got here, I had YouTube, so it kept me busy. And it's kept me busy ever since. And then, of course, I have little Maxie. Maxie keeps me busy, huh, Max? Max keeps me on my toes. So I just think that if you're coming to France, from what I've learned, you need to have something you can do. I mean, maybe you're into art, or maybe you're into shopping, or maybe you're into buying things and putting them online and selling them or something. I have no idea. Just have something in your mind that you might want to do. You just can't lay around all day. I said those are only happening every once in a while. So I'll stop boring you. And the other day I had a live, and I did a toast with champagne. So I've already had my champagne today with the cheese. So I'm not going to toast you today, but I'm just going to tell you, it has been a wonderful, wonderful 3 years. And I am truly blessed to have you as a community that support me, that subscribe, that click that little bell, that does that thumbs up. And I'm just a happy camper. And if you have any questions about moving to France, please send me an email. I'll try to help you out as much as I can. So just, go to what it says you need to go to find out the information. And really, if you just follow it, it will be the best thing in the world because it just lists everything you need to know. And but I certainly don't mind helping you out in any way that I can or making you feel better about it. I'm certainly not going to talk you into it, but I might can give you some ideas that maybe if you're on the fence, whether you want to move or not. But it has been a wonderful ride for 3 years. And someone asked me the same question that I get asked about every 2 or 3 months. Are you going back to the States? Max? No. Max says no. You don't want to go back to the States, do you? Max has never been to the States. No, we don't have any plans of going back to the States. The only time I would go back is if my daughter was very ill. And Max is looking around like, Mom, would you please stop talking? That's the only time I plan. I don't plan on going back to the States. I love it here. I love my community. I love my life here. I like where I shop. I like the friends that I meet. I like going into Paris and having coffee with new people at Le Tremblay. I like going to different activities. In September, I believe it is. No, the end of February. No, I don't know why I said September. I'm going to be in the States in September. In February, I'm going to a horse show in Paris, and that will be a real treat because I haven't been to a horse show in Paris. I've been to one right outside of Fontainebleau, and I love horses. So, every month I try to do something very special for me to enjoy and know what's going on other than just shopping for groceries and, doing YouTubes. But I'll take you with me. I will. Anyway, thank you so much for putting up with me and putting up with my YouTube. I hope you've enjoyed it a little bit. It's just a wonderful 3 years I've had. Had a few tears. My little Buster, of course, died last year. And then I got Max, and, my daughter comes and then she leaves. And, it's just like normal life here, just like you do in the States. Things happen and sad things happen, but also good things happen. And I wouldn't change it for the world. Thank you so much again for joining me. And if you're a newcomer, please subscribe. And if you're one of my faithful followers, thank you so much for being here again. I love you as always. Mwah. Au revoir.